And anybody that thinking about doing it, stop thinking, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
It's well worth a while. It's easy to learn. It's not difficult to go through the videos. Well, yourself.
Very well, thanks. Nice to put a face and to the voice, voice to the face.
Yeah. Well, I see you all the time, but you don't see us.
No, not often. Not often. What are those certificates on your back wall?
Property investment, commercial property investment, BComp. Yeah, and in the property industry, do mostly commercial property sales, but also smaller residential developments.
Are you an NQF5?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where's your brokerage?
In Killer Williams. It's my brother's brokerage. I head up the commercial division for him. He's got 3 different regions: Benoni, Edenvale, and Sandton.
And where are you?
All over the place. Because the commercial is a smaller part of it. I go through all over Cape Town, Durban, wherever the big commercial transactions are happening.
Where are you based?
In Fairland in Johannesburg.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us your experience so far with both the robot and the manual trading. How's it going?
Good. You know, I'll quite often tell you I was originally a scalper, and I do still trade for my own account, scalping. And when I came across the robot, you know, the big part of it is for me is that you don't have to be behind your computer all the time. Scalping, I'm behind the computer 6, 5, 7 hours a day when I need to be. But the big thing is you don't earn income if you're not trading.
Correct.
And that's the EA just makes so much sense for me. You do look at it once a day. If there's something big happening, you can switch it off for big news events and carry on. But I've been quite bullish on it. It's been working very well since I went live on the 23rd of November last year, till just short of I think we're about the 7th or 10th of March this year, where I basically doubled my account, which to me was brilliant.
Fantastic.
You know, the mentoring is always there. I've a couple of times in the past messaged you privately on things and you've immediately helped me out. So that's always a good backup to have, and to know that when there is trouble, you don't know what to do, Alan is there to help. Yeah,
so how have you found the mentoring, not just from me, but from the other traders, and I've got professional traders on that group as well. How have you found that?
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting where people make mistakes and they realize where their mistakes are, and those sometimes you made the same mistakes. So you're learning out of other people's mistakes and where they're correcting and how they're correcting it. Because you don't always ask a question, but you're thinking of how do I do this, and then suddenly somebody asks the question, and you get it. So there's a big benefit on that. And being, you know, previously I traded full-time for my own account before the 2008 crash.
Right.
And that was the loneliest part of it, is you trading alone at home.
Yes.
So you started groups, just social groups of other traders, not really discussing the trades, but just to keep you busy while you're trading. And this is where on the group here and all the different groups, the EA, strategy trade, the hedge trade, and learn to read the forest chart, there's always somebody there to keep you busy and keep you mindful of what you're doing.
So thank you for that. So what I found is that when you join other groups, as apart from my groups, there's lots of different strategies being shared on those groups. And what I found is that if you're trying different strategies all the time, it confuses you. It's better for me to be on one strategy, follow that strategy, perfect that strategy. And then once you've perfected that strategy, you can maybe build onto that strategy by adding different strategies from other groups. I don't know how you feel about that comment.
100% on that thing. And having just one strategy, and it's a really simplistic strategy, the way you set it out. I think you posted it yesterday again, with your option 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, actually printed it out. So that I know I can go over it all the time. So that is the simple strategy. And I've learned that same lesson to have one strategy with my scalping as well. I normally had on gold 3 different strategies running on 3 different charts, running just on gold, and trying to make the right decision on 3 different strategies, when to pull the trigger on when, and then you get confused.
You confuse yourself.
Absolutely.
This is why I don't allow other people on my group to post their strategies, because it just confuses my traders. They don't know which strategy to follow. It's just, I don't know how you feel about my strategy in comparison to the other strategies. How can you compare? How do you compare from a profit perspective and an accuracy perspective, my strategy against your old strategies and other strategies that you were using in the past or that you know of?
Yours is much more constant. Might not always be as high as the others. I mean, but there's a lot more risk involved with the scalping. But yours is constant, and to use your strategy constantly is I'm also getting older now, and I don't want to sit behind the computer every day. It also gives me the longer term view. I'm more of a position trader then. As you're waiting for the every 4 hours, basically, you only have to come and look what's happening and make a decision on that, compared to sitting every 5 minutes and trying to make a decision. So I'm being a lot more constant in profit making, and to me that is the only thing that is important in trading, is being consistent. If you can make 1 pip consistently, you can make R1 million. If you can make 10 pips, you can make R1 million. It doesn't matter how much you make. It's just if you can be constant, and that is what your strategy does give, is the constant profits are there. Then you must just increase your lot sizes to make more money.
According to your risk,
constant, you can't.
Yeah. 100%. So your scalping strategy, could I dissect it as being risk 30 pips to make 15 pips?
Basically, yeah.
So that's generally how most of the traders out there, scalping traders out there. So not having a stop loss and not having a take profit is very, very scary for an experienced trader like you.
No, definitely. It is also excitement, but it's not. It's a bit more gambling than trading.
Who's scalping?
The scalping strategy, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes, you win some, lose some. Overall, I'm normally up fairly well up every month, but yeah, you do lose, and you do lose sometimes big, and that it can be very despondent.
Sure.
But you make it up again. Constant from November last year. Being constant in profit every week, and that to me
using my strategy.
Using your strategy. Being a bit more of a position trader, being in the market longer. You showed today a trade that you've been in since 2021. You don't need to get out of a trade every 5 minutes or every hour or every day. It's not a quick fix, it's a constant fix. And as long as you're constantly making profit, that's the only way to do it.
100%. Have you experienced a move of 200 pips with me? A trade of 200 pips and plus?
I've seen it. I haven't experienced it. Yes.
Is that because of emotion, your emotion getting in the way?
My emotions, yeah. Seeing the profit, being a scalper, not waiting for the pullback, not wanting to see, you might be
want to bank it
up, and you want to bank it instead of waiting for the 50 pips and looking at the overall trend, not the short-term trend. But we'll get there. I am starting to learn to be more disciplined in waiting and trusting the strategy. And the longer I do that, I think I'm most probably going to move over 100% to your strategy, and just leave the scalping for other people to do, because I can spend more time on the things that I really want to do, and go out and go play and ride bike and that type of thing, spend time with my wife, than sitting behind the computer for 8 hours a day.
100%. That's the disadvantage with being a scalper and doing scalping, is because you constantly have to be in front of the charts, monitoring for those entries and exits, and that's not what my strategy is about. My strategy allows you to have a lot more free time in your day to do the thing, and because it's such a simple strategy, you can look at the chart and within 8 seconds you can know the direction and decide whether you want to go or stay.
Yeah, and then we, at the end of the year, when we move down to Cape Town.
Okay, nice.
And that is to have more time available. And I can, I asked you the other day, I think, how many different systems or computers can you run on the system, or what do? And you said, you can, for each account, you can have a different strategy. And I like that idea. So one strategy could be slightly more risky with, higher percentages, but you can have another one that is very constant, might not have that much risk percentage, but it's constantly making money. So the one can make up for the other one, short term and long term.
Look, as long as one of the accounts is making 3% profit per month, you're making 36% profit per year, pretty much risk free. And you just leave that to compound. Go and check it out on the compound interest calculator, and go and see what that's worth in 5 years. With
100%.
I don't think you'll ever get hedged on that account.
No, not at what do you say, 3% a month. Definitely not. There's no risk, and it's just just set it up. Look at it once a week if you really have to.
Yeah, 100%. And if it hedges, and you'll just come out of it. You'll just manage.
What I do think, what I would do is take my hedge percentages down. My last one, I think, was set at 45%.
That's too high. I believe. I think it's too high. Even if you fund your account with 100%, you're still left with a drawdown of 20%. It's uncomfortable.
Absolutely, I would rather keep it at, for me, 20%.
I think I'm going to raise it to 30%, because if you fund with 100, then you're sitting with a drawdown of 15%. That's not so bad. And if you're sitting it at 30%, you're going to get hedged a hell of a lot less than if you put it at 20%.
Yeah, I'd rather get slightly more hedged during the year than have one massive hedge.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So how have you found the mentorship from me and the group?
There's one funny thing with you, but I understand why you do it. People asking questions and you're not answering their questions. You say, telling, you're not spoon feeding them. Just to go tell somebody every time what they want to know they're not going to learn anything. Where if they go back, sometimes I want to start typing in the answer, and I know, what you're going to say. Go back to the video, go and learn, go and see what you have to do, and then ask the question: is this the right thing to do? That is very good. I think a lot of people do maybe feel a bit frustrated in that, but they are learning, and they're learning much better that way than you just giving the answers every time if someone asks a question.
The group is not Google.
They definitely are. It's a lot of people are just too lazy to go and look at the videos.
This is about you taking responsibility and taking financial responsibility for your account, learning the strategies, learning to trade, and becoming, most importantly, independent from me and the other groups and the other traders, and learning to make decisions based on rules, strategy, and money management.
Yeah, definitely. And learning so that as you said, be independent of you, so that, God forbid, anything happens, that we can carry on and we don't lose our income. Yeah. But then, you've got a lot of good traders on the group, a lot of people that know the system, professional traders there that also give their opinions. Yeah. And that's brilliant. You learn from everybody, and you feel part of the community of traders.
Are you finding the quality of conversation improving?
People are learning to ask the right questions on the right way.
For you, though, are you getting your questions answered with more accuracy and better responses from the other traders?
Everybody, obviously you're not there 24 hours a day. People come and go because we all, at this stage, or some of us still got full-time jobs. So, then it is nice that there is somebody else that would answer the question. And it's normally 1 or 2 or 3 people giving the answer, not just one, because one might be wrong, because they're also just learning. But if 3 people give you the same answer, then you know you're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And it's great support. Yeah.
What would be your advice to other individuals looking to invest in not just me and my strategy, but the robot?
Yeah, it's
Run
I've tested,
or get involved, or
no, definitely get involved. I've tested and cost me a lot in the last 6 months, looking at different EAs, buying different EAs from different people, from different companies. The quickest one, I lost 10 grand in, I think, 3 hours. It was supposed to be this marvelous EA. Yeah, it blew the count in, I think, 3 hours. With you on your EA, you don't have to be in front of the computer 100%, and that was what I was looking for. I needed the passive income thing, so I can go on holiday and know that I am still earning money. You know, I've worked for myself my whole life, and that's always been my problem. I've never hunted passive income, so when I go on holiday, I'm not earning, and that to me, you know, is getting older now. It is a worrisome thing, and I'm 100% secure that my old age will be secure with your EA. 100%. There's no doubt about it.
do you personally own commercial or residential properties that you rent?
I do. I've got residential properties.
Okay. So how would you compare the IRR of your properties to the trading and the robot and manual?
Not even close. Anyway, on the percentages, we might be doing 15 on a good year, 15% a year, with a lot of headache, a lot of tenants, headaches, moving, breaking stuff. You have to go and repair them. Okay, excluding capital growth, so you haven't taken that into account, because that only realizes once you sell the property. But it's a lot of extra time, not all the time, but a lot of hassle, and for not the best returns that there are. There's a lot of risk involved, especially in our country at the moment, as well as to me, as far as property goes, where whatever happens in this country, by the end of the year, I'm not really going to be worried about it, because we'll be earning through the EA, we'll be earning dollars. The rand goes up, yeah, I just earn more. But the EA is not dependent on what happens in South Africa. My property portfolio is totally dependent on what happens in South Africa, and that is to me is a risk factor that I want to get rid of as well.
So the challenge I have with property as opposed to forex trading is that to liquidate a property can take you 3 years, 2 years, especially commercial. Yes. Residential, it's going to take you nothing less than 6 months to liquidate and get the money into your account because of the transfer challenges that we've got at the deeds office.
So the deeds office closed indefinitely. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, so that happens. Then they get closed down because they don't pay their electricity account.
Exactly, they haven't paid the attorneys to even transfer the fees. The property.
I'd say on a very good transfer, you can do it in 3 months. Most average between 4 and 6 months, definitely, and then it's going well.
And that's when you get your money. 6 months after you've sold
the deal. Yeah.
So without interest. Forex, I can close a 2 million rand trade and have the money in my account immediately.
Absolutely. And
so based on this knowledge that you have to date with the forex trading, and what would you do if you had the opportunity to buy property or invest in forex and a robot? What would you? I can't tell you to advise anybody. I can only ask you what you would do.
I'll tell you what I am doing. I am liquidating one of my properties, where I would hopefully get over a bar out of them, and I am going to, this by the end of the year, I want to set up 4 EAs running 4 different strategies with different risk profiles on them for different reasons. But And then that would be my full-time employment, would just be to look after these four EAs. And that is, it's not a dream. It's not even a thought of the idea. It's a process I've already put in place.
Right. Excellent. Well, this is amazing. I'm very excited to be part of your journey, and thank you very much for choosing me as a mentor and using my EA. It really is a compliment, and
Thank you very much. No, and thanks
really,
for your effort. You put a lot of time in. I think sometimes you put more time behind the screen than most of us do. You know, if I look at the comments, your comment can come anytime from 12 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. You are there all the time. If it's not within the minute, it's at least within the next hour that you would answer a question.
Yeah, I just believe in service delivery, and I just can't stand paying for a service or a product and not having the support or backup, or you know, it's just ridiculous.
100%. And anybody that thinking about doing it, stop thinking, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
It's well worth the while. It's easy to learn. It's not difficult to go through the videos. They're not that long. I mean, I think the longest one was 47 minutes. Most of them are 20, 25 minutes that, you know, to go through. They're easy to understand. You can follow them word by word. You give everybody time to stop and go and do what they're supposed to be doing, then come back to you. So you really, it doesn't make it difficult. And to understand the process, just go through the videos before you go live. Go through all of them at least once. But the setup video, go 2-3 times before you go live, so you know what the setup is, what the magic number means, what all the percentages are, where the money management is. It's, you know, something new. You just have to go and learn where they are. It's, even if you are experienced trader, it's a system that you need to learn, so that when something goes wrong, that you know where to go and change it.
Yeah, but you've got the support as well from the different groups where you can ask questions, and I'm available. And if you fail at this, it's really difficult. I've made it so simple.
No, it's not always easy, but it's a simple process to do.
Yeah. Listen, Forex, as I've said before, Forex is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple.
Yeah. No, for everybody, go for it. I'm there, and I'm going to just be expanding on this as far as I can.
Thanks, Anton. I really appreciate the time that you've spent with me. I'm looking forward to seeing your testimonials on the testimonial group, and please share with us your growth and how you're doing.
100%.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all your effort, Alan.
Pleasure. Absolutely. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.